Hi friends, welcome back to some more Campfire Stories with Alli. I'm Alli, this is Scout, and this is Timber, and we're so happy that you're here. Before we begin, grown-ups, today's story is one of my original Scout and Timber Adventures books. If your family enjoys today's adventure and would like to read it again, anytime, you'll find the Amazon link in the description below. I've included a couple free Scout and Timber coloring pages inspired by today's adventure. I've also added a badge to celebrate your learning. You can download the PDF using the link in the description. Print them out and keep the fun going after the story. The 4th of July is full of fireworks, fun, and celebration. But it's also a wonderful time to remember that our communities shine brightest when neighbors help one another. Before we begin, Scout and Timber have a challenge for you. Hidden somewhere in this story is their special campfire compass. Keep your eyes open and see if you can find it before the story ends. If you find it, ask a grown-up to let us know in the comments where you spotted it. Do you think you'll spot it? Let's find out together. Now grab a cozy blanket, gather around our campfire, and let's begin today's adventure. Scout loved visiting his cousin Timber at Camp Sunshine. Whenever Scout came to visit, the two cousins shared Timber's cozy tent. They stayed up telling stories, listening to crickets, and dreaming about adventures. Have you ever slept in a tent? This visit was extra special. It was the 4th of July. The whole campground was decorated in red, white, and blue. Flags waved in the breeze. Banners hung from trees. Everyone seemed excited. Why do you think everyone is celebrating? This is going to be the best 4th of July ever, said Scout. It sure is, said Timber. And we're going to win the decorating contest. Timber grinned from ear to ear. Why do you think winning is so important to Timber? The cousins got right to work. They hung flags, they tied ribbons, they placed decorations around the campsite. Soon, their campsite looked wonderful. But Timber thought it needed even more. What do you think Timber wants to add? As Scout stepped back to admire their work, he noticed something. Across the campground, some friends needed help. Bailey Bear was trying to hang a banner high in a tree, but the branch was farther away than she expected. Why do you think Bailey is having trouble? Nearby, Bella Bunny was carrying a heavy box of decorations. The box was almost bigger than she was. Bella wobbled as she walked. How do you think Bella feels carrying that heavy box? Come on, Timber, said Scout. Let's help our friends. Scout pointed toward Bailey and Bella. What would you do if you saw someone who needed help? But Timber shook his head. We can help later. Right now, we need to finish decorating if we want to win. Scout looked surprised. Do you think Timber made the right choice? Scout looked at Bailey. Then he looked at Bella. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. How do you think Scout is feeling? Scout hurried over to Bailey. Need a paw? He asked. Bailey smiled. Yes, please. Together they found a better branch. Soon the banner was hanging perfectly. How do you think Bailey feels now? Then Scout helped Bella carry her heavy box. Thank you, Scout, she said. You made that much easier. Scout smiled. Helping others made him feel good inside. Have you ever helped someone? All afternoon, Scout helped anyone who needed a hand. He shared supplies, he carried boxes, he straightened flags, he even helped clean up decorations that had blown away. Why do you think Scout keeps helping everyone? Meanwhile, Timber worked harder than ever. He added more decorations, and then even more decorations. By evening, his campsite looked amazing. Timber smiled proudly. Soon, everyone gathered around the campfire. The campground ranger stepped forward. "We have chosen this year's winner," she announced. Everyone grew quiet. Who do you think will win? Timber crossed his paws. Surely they had won. After all, their campsite looked fantastic. He could hardly wait. Who do you think will win now? The winner is... Everyone held their breath. Everyone! The crowd gasped. Everyone? How do you think everyone feels? Everyone? Asked Timber. The ranger smiled. Yes, everyone. Why do you think everyone won? The ranger looked around the campground. Today, we saw neighbors helping neighbors. We saw kindness. We saw teamwork. We saw people caring about one another. How do you think everyone feels now? That is what makes Camp Sunshine special, she said. And that is what makes a community strong. Everyone clapped. Scout smiled. Timber thought quietly. How do you show you care about your community? Timber looked down at his paws. Suddenly, he understood. Winning wasn't the most important thing. Helping others was. Have you ever made a poor decision and then learned a lesson from it? Timber walked over to Scout. "I'm sorry I didn't help today," he said. Scout smiled. "Tomorrow is a new day." How do you think Timber feels now? Just then, boom! The fireworks began lighting up the sky. Red fireworks sparkled, blue fireworks danced, white fireworks shimmered overhead. Scout and Timber sat beside Bailey, Bella, and their friends. Everyone watched together. Everyone laughed together. Everyone celebrated together. Why do you think celebrations are more fun when we share them with friends? The best part of the 4th of July wasn't winning a contest. It was being part of a community that cared for one another. Scout and Timber both knew that now. That night, Scout and Timber got their bed ready for sleep. "It really was the best 4th of July ever," whispered Timber. "It sure was," said Scout. The cousins smiled. Outside, the stars twinkled above Camp Sunshine. The campground grew quiet. Scout and Timber drifted off to sleep, dreaming about their next adventure together. The end. Did you find the hidden campfire compass? If you spotted it while Scout was helping friends around Camp Sunshine, you were right. Great job, Campfire Detective! Scout and Timber knew you could do it. What a wonderful adventure that was with Scout and Timber. Scout and Timber learned an important lesson tonight. The 4th of July is a wonderful time for fireworks, celebrations, and fun. But it's also a time to remember that our communities shine brightest when neighbors help one another. Just like Scout discovered, being kind and lending a helping hand can make someone's day brighter. And just like Timber learned, winning isn't always the most important thing. Sometimes the greatest reward comes from helping a friend. The moral of the story: when we work together and help others, everyone shines a little brighter. Let's talk about it. Here are a few questions to think about together. If you had been there with Scout and Timber, what would you have done? And how can you use what you learned from today's story this week? Scout has a special question for us. Scout wants to know, what's one way you can thank God for the freedoms we enjoy by showing kindness to someone this week? And that's a great question, Scout. Maybe by helping a neighbor, picking up litter, or thanking someone who serves others. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If a grown-up is helping you, ask them to leave your favorite answer or part of the story in the comments below. I loved thinking about these questions with you today. Now it's Campfire Craft Time! Today's craft is called the Helping Hands Friendship Wreath, and it reminds us that every one of us can make a difference by helping, encouraging, and loving others. If you'd like to make your own, just ask a grown-up to download the free printable from the link in the description below. And this was what mine looks like. Even Scout had a paw on it. You'll trace your hands on colorful construction paper, answer a few thoughtful questions on each handprint, and then glue them together into a beautiful friendship wreath. As you work, you'll think about someone you love, someone you can help, a freedom you're thankful for, blessings God has given you, and one way you can brighten someone's day this week. When you're finished, hang your wreath somewhere you'll see it every day, and every time you look at it, let it remind you that even small acts of kindness can help our community shine a little brighter. I hope it makes you smile every time that you see it. Thank you so much for joining Scout, Timber, and me around the campfire today. If you'd like to add today's Scout and Timber adventure to your family's library, you'll find the Amazon link in the description below. And don't forget to download your free printable badge and Scout and Timber coloring sheets. Just click the link in the description, print them out, and have fun. If you enjoyed today's adventure, I'd love for you to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next campfire adventure. Before we say goodbye, here's a little sneak peek. Next week, we're going to become weather watchers. We'll discover tornadoes, hurricanes, lightning, blizzards, and some of nature's biggest storms. We'll even learn some amazing weather facts together. And you'll earn your very own Weather Watcher certificate. I hope you'll join Scout, Timber, and me for another fun adventure around the campfire. Until then, don't forget to share today's adventure with a friend or family member who loves books and camping just as much as we do. And remember, every great adventure begins with turning the very first page. Until next time, keep reading, keep learning, and keep being kind. See you soon, friends!